Who are you?
My name is Roky Erickson.
Roky Erickson? Who do you have beside you?
Well, they're a member of a band, you know, and they have a real hard name to pronounce. It's kind of like O-C-H-R, Okkervil River, something like that.
We have Will from
Okra?
Yeah, or something.
Yeah.
Rhymes with Sock.
Rhymed with sock. Oh, Okkervil River. Yeah, that's the one.
Okkervil.
Yeah, something like that.
Right off the bat, here we have a gift for you. Right here, it is a Destroyer pin, the band Destroyer from Vancouver.
I love Destroyer. Dan is an incredible songwriter. I'm very honored to have this pin.
And for Roky, we have a pin for you from your favorite movie.
Oh, yeah, I want to put it in my hat. Oh, boy, that looks like Curse of the D-E-M-O, of the Demo or something. The Demon.
Curse of the Demon.
Demon, right, yeah.
Curse the Demon, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rubber guy.
Uh-huh, yeah.
What can you tell Will about Curse of the Demon?
Well, it was just a kind of a show that they were kind of thinking they were making sure to help it come along and everything, you know, to make sure that it would have to be something that needed, assistance or something like that, you know, and to make sure it's good and everything, that you always should have people with you at the time or something like that, you know what I mean?
Curse of the Demon. Now, what can you tell Roky about Destroyer, Dan from Destroyer?
Well, first, just to finish the Curse of the Demon thing, I think that was one of the ones where, you know, Jacques Tourneur was really undercut by, you know, he needed assistance from people who would give him the opportunity to make the movie the way he wanted. So that rubber dummy at the end is a little silly. But Destroyer, Roky, is a band from Vancouver, a guy named Dan Behar.
Okay, yeah.
A songwriter kind of guy. It's sort of like, can't really describe it, but he's a really, really cool guy.
Oh, I see.
It's a good name too, right?
Yeah.
Destroyer.
Roky, Tommy of the 13th Floor Elevators, he used to eat cockroaches.
Oh, is that right? Oh, no, we'll have to read about that, won't we?
Read about that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know, you know.
And I was wondering, what does Will eat, Roky?
He really likes to drink a lot of milk and cream and, you know, with a straw and everything, you know, if you let him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you let me, I'll drink all the milk and cream that you have. I just need the right straw. If it's a long enough straw, you know, I'll drink it all.
This is probably one of your #1 influences right here, Jonathan Winters. Is that true?
Yes, he is, I tell you, yeah.
What can you tell the people about Jonathan Winters and Roky Erickson growing up?
Well, Jonathan Winters is kind of like, you know, what you call, you have to put your, it's like a relaxation thing, you know? Same kind of thing, you need guidance for it, so you have to be really into maybe some really, what do you call them, fantasy cushions, you know, there are these big old things that only specialists can sit on or something like that, you know.
Here we have Will opening up Ugly Things magazine, and there is a great picture of Roky.
Yeah, I tell you.
Some go-go girls.
Or something, you know, I don't know, man. They must be something, you know what I mean? Maybe there's somebody's friend or something, right? Or something like that.
What I thought is fascinating, Roky, is here's an ad for the Jade Room that the Spades played.
Right, yeah.
The Jade Room is now a parking lot.
I heard about that. Well, that makes more sense than being whatever it is, you know,
Why does that make more sense?
I don't know. It would just, you know, they said that if they had turned it into some kind of place where they, you know, it was something like a place where you could sit down and whatever, relax or something, you know, with some kind of tent over it or something like that. But I'd rather be, you know what I mean, more casual or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of sad. It's a parking lot now. Do you see a lot of Austin disappearing, Will?
Well, it's really funny that you bring that up, because for this record we went around to a lot of these old places. We went to the parking lot the Jade Room is in, and we went to another place he used to play called the New Orleans Club. You remember that, Roky?
Yes, I do. I sure do, yeah.
And they turned that into a place you can sit down, sort of like a Mexican restaurant. They uprooted it and dragged it across the street with a trailer in 1971 or something like that.
Roky, what can you tell us about Kenny Rogers? Did you ever see Kenny Rogers in the 60s? Because I know he saw Leland Rogers.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, well, I have never met Kenny, you know. But I saw where he was billed to play the Paramount Theater one time. And I thought, well, that's kind of, probably needs guidance to do that. He was doing some kind of hard show, you know, like reading out of the dictionary or something. I don't know. I guess that's what he does, you know.
Would probably pay to hear Kenny Rogers read out of the dictionary.
Did you ever go to Kenny Rogers Broasters, that restaurant?
No, I did not. Is it here in Austin or something?
They had them. I think it went out of business. Do you remember Kenny Rogers Broster?
I remember its existence. I don't know if there was ever one here in Austin, though.
You guys have the song called John Lawman.
That's right, yeah.
And what I was wondering, Roky, it seems fascinating that your old managers in the 13th floor elevators would hire off-duty cops to protect you from the on-duty cops.
Oh, now that's a pretty good idea. Yeah, that's something to think about, isn't it? You have to read up on it, right?
You told Will about that.
Yeah, well, I've told him about it. And he says he likes it. He encourages it. I hope I'm happy enough to, to do it. You know what I mean?
Have there been cops at any of the gigs?
I would discourage that. No, there haven't. Man, the cops used to, on a serious note, the cops used to give Roky a really hard time back in the 60s, like a really, really hard time. And it's actually one of the more heartwarming parts of the story that he's been, so honored by Austin and so kind of helped by the legal system later on in his life. Because, man, they really sucked back in the 60s. They had it out for him. And they finally saw the error of their ways.
Great echo in the toilet, isn't there, Roky? Like when you do recordings and stuff.
I always keep reading about that stuff, but I guess, but I listen I relax, all the time or thing,
Roky Erickson, one band that I loved that you played with, and here's a bunch of posters from the 13th floor elevators. One band I loved you played with, and it's right here, The Conqueroo. I love that name, The Conqueroo. What can you tell me about The Conqueroo? Isn't that a neat band name?
Yeah, it was a band that had had the most members in it than any other band. You know what I mean?
This rings. I just love it. Like 13th floor elevator sounds great, but Conqueroo. I love that name, Conqueroo.
It's from Bo Diddley, right?
Oh, good. Yes, it could at that. Yeah, I tell you. Yeah.
Roky, you love playing the organ nowadays, don't you?
Yes, I do. I love that organ. Yes, I do. Yeah.
You've had it for a long time now. Like you played on Hurricane Fighter Pilot.
Well, I'd heard about that. That was some kind of weird band called the Red, no telling what, the Red Sea, or something like that. They had me do this, airplane flying over the sea or something.
You like the Red Trail, though?
Well, they're kind of weird. They're very hard to get into, but they were nice to me. Said, we're so sorry you have to sing this special cymbal song. There it is,
Will, you had a guy called Zach in your band.
I did, yes.
And Roky, you played with the band at one time, or did gigs with the Zachary Thax.
Well, I'm trying to think about that, yeah.
Texas.
That's right, yeah,
Zachary Thax, and I heard at one of those gigs that you went backstage and found a packet of Tang. Do you like Tang?
Yes, I do. I sure do, yeah. Haven't had any in a long time. I like that cow stuff, too, or what do you call it, Bosco, or they told you never to say it. Yeah, it's weird stuff. You can't pronounce it. It's just chocolate.
It's like chocolate ready-made mix, and you mix it up.
Roky, how were you introduced to Will? Like, Will is a legend from Austin. How were you introduced to Will?
Well, he introduced himself to me.
How did he introduce himself?
Phone calls, and then I'd answer and say, well, we're the Okkervil, and you've heard of the Black Crows, so we were asked if we'd help you out and play with you or something,
Is there a test to give Will at all to know that he's cool enough to play with Roky Erickson at all, Roky? Is there
doing good, yeah.
Is there a test?
For him, make sure I get help. He's doing good. He comes along. You know what I mean?
I'm coming along.
Yeah, right. All right.
How do we know when he's there?
He's here all the time. Yeah.
At 420, you'll be here.
Yeah.
420, True Love Cast Out All Evil. Anti-records.
But you wrote a lot of your songs at Rusk, which was almost like a prison, didn't you? A lot of the songs.
Yeah, they were all songs that I got together, and kept working on them. What it was, once I got the special thing going, they seemed to get really simple or something. Over and over or something like that,
And there's tons more left?
Yeah, I'm going to be writing some more,
A whole stack that were left off. But Will, you have to go through them carefully.
Yeah, well, they gave me 60 songs to go through, and I had to go through and pick my favorites. And a lot of the ones I really loved were the ones that were written at Rusk, because I think there was just such heart and emotion and spirit. That's all I have to say.
About ready or something? We're ready. Maybe we'll do this again sometime or something.
Thank you very much, Roky, and Will. Keep on rocking in the free world.
Sure.
And doot-doot-a-loot-doo. Almost.
That works. Yeah.
And doot-doot-a-loot-doo.
Toot toot.
All right.
All right. Bless you.